When I'm with you, you bring out the best in me. God made you a twin, but you the one I see. But shout out to Alicia, that's my baby. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Alicia Williams, and my channel is all things beauty. So for today's look, we are going to be doing a pink themed like makeup look because I am going to a cowboy party, and I got the pink in the background. So I am doing mostly affordable makeup. There's only like 2 items that are higher end, but if you like makeup and you like beauty, just keep watching and let's get into it.
Okay, so starting off, I already did cleanse my skin. I used a vitamin C serum, a hydrating mask, and then some sunscreen for my skincare. And I continued off with the lip balm from Milani. So for my primers, I am using everything that's hydrating and dewy and glowy. If you don't like hydrating, please skip this step or use what you do like. So first off, I used the Milani Supercharged Dewy Primer. And then I went in with the e.l.f. Poreless Cookies and Dreams Primer. She is very nice. Not as pore filling as the original, but still very, very nice and hydrating. So I'm a dry skin girl and I love it. Okay, so going in with the Ulta Beauty Keep Shining Spray. She's super glowy. Love her. And then I went in with my Revolution shade Dark Brown Skinny Brow Pencil. She's honestly so good. Like, I'm glad I found her. She's a dupe for the Benefit brow pencil. Honestly, in the same shade. Dark brown, dark brown. Like, they work just the same boldness, consistency, skinny. And what's the difference? She's cheaper, so we get to save money. So when I do my brows, I do start from like the beginning to tail, middle to tail, and I spoolie the front. Now going in with the NYX Bear With Me concealer, I carved them out, and then I go ahead with the Thick It Stick It by NYX, and it's also in the shade Dark Brown. I spoolie her. Now I was still testing it out, but I'm pleasantly like surprised. She works so well. Like, she's efficient. She's not giving me block brows. She's giving me like coverage. So I don't fill in my brows. I use her. You know, so she's like skipping a step. She does it for you. Going in with the Juvia's Place concealer, eye primer, my bad. I put her on the eye. She's full coverage. I've been using her for a while. I don't have any complaints, but I did use too much, so I went ahead and like put some on the other eye to even it out. Like, my bad, guys, I'm sorry. I didn't want to waste no product, so we put a little less on the second eye. So I definitely do I blend it out just so we can get an even base. I don't try to put her over my nose, but if we do, we do. Going in with the e.l.f. Hint of Mint eyeshadow palette. Now we take the light brown shade and I'm buffing her in. First, I'm starting with the outer corner because I didn't really know what I wanted to do. If I wanted to just do a certain shape or if I wanted her all over the lid. And when I'm buffing her out and I'm looking at the shape, I'm like, okay, she's nice. I'm doing her up like an upward angle. And when I'm buffing her out, I'm like, you know what? Like, this is really pretty, you know, like maybe we should do it all over the lid. Because when I'm doing this, I was like, you know, what shape are we doing? What eye look are we doing? I thought I was going to do like a cut crease of pink and pop in the middle or something. And I was like, no, girl, let's do something different. Let's do something different. So I went in with the Jeffreestar Pink Religion palette in the shade Sugar Savior. And I went ahead to place her on the inner corner. So we're doing that type of pop of pink. Now, I didn't know if I wanted to put some underneath too, or if I wanted to go in with a pink liner. Now, my thing with all this pink is I didn't want it to overpower, like if I decided to do like a pink lip. So I was like, are we doing a pop of pink on the eyes, or are we going to do some sultry eyes, bold ass lips? Oops, sorry, bold lips. And I was like, no, let's give her a pink moment. You know, we'll give her the pop of pink moment and we'll blend her out. Let's see how she do. And I decided to like blend her out a little more upwards towards the brows so she could be seen past my lashes. Because I was like, are we going to put highlight or are we just going to put the powder down? Now, I wasn't sure. But blending her out, she does blend out seamlessly. There was no kickback with her or the e.l.f. one. So going in with the face, I am using the Fenty bronzer in the shade Honey Glaze. Now, I know it's a little unorthodox the way I do my makeup, but I like to start out with my my base. Like, I'll do bronzer on the perimeter first after primer. And when I do that, it just gives me like light coverage because I'm not really a full coverage kind of girl. Like, there's a time and place for it, but if we just go into a little cowboy party and it's gonna be a little dark, like, you're not really gonna see nothing anyway. And my skin is like semi-clear. I would say she's pretty clear, you know, so I don't really have blemishes to hide. So with doing this, it gives me like the lightest coverage possible, so I can still see my skin underneath, but we look naturally bronzy, if you know what I'm saying. Like, we look naturally bronzy and golden. So after blending her out and getting the shape set, I do go in with my this is the e.l.f. brush. This is actually the e.l.f. Putty Primer brush. And I think she's perfect. Even though she's for the putty primers, she's really good. She fits into the everything. She fits into everything. Going in with the same brush, I have two of them. Going in with like the same type of brush, but it has its own product on it. I do blend out the Fenty Petal Poppin' blush, and I place her, you know, just slightly above. I wanted to make that pink pop. So I'm telling you, when I was like doing these eyes and doing these blushes, I was like, we don't want the lips to either, you know, pop too much or like too much pink, you know. I wanted it to be cohesive. Now going in with the NYX Bear With Me concealer. She's in the shade Golden. I'm so sorry. She's in the shade Golden. I'm definitely blending her out, making it all cohesive. I don't thoroughly blend her out. I put it down where I think it needs to be, because if it had a doe foot applicator, it would be way easier. But going in with the foundation before my concealers fully blend out, I put about half a pump below my face. That's like the only place where I'm getting a little bit of coverage from. I don't usually like to do foundation all over the face and then layer it with the creams and then layer it with the powder, because I don't need that much coverage, honestly. So going in with the tinted moisturizer just below my face to make it all cohesive. I like to take the remaining foundation left to blend out the concealer and the bronzer to make that cohesive. And I work it around my cheeks, concealer around my lip, near my ear, like I work it around. So going back in with my Camo Concealer Sponge, I definitely buff her in. I like to make it blend as seamlessly as possible. Now, I'm still testing out the concealer. I will say she's extremely hydrating, but she creases on me. And it's funny because it doesn't crease on people I know. So going back in with my brushes that I was using, I'm not adding no new product or nothing. I'm taking the same brush, same amount of product, just dispersing it, you know, and I'm blending everything to make it as cohesive as possible. Now, you guys might say, why don't I do it backwards? Why don't I do foundation halfway, this, that, and the third? I like to put down my outer products first, you know, the bronzer, the blush, the concealer, because I can really see what I'm doing, and I feel like I don't need foundation or tinted moisturizers everywhere. So going back in with the bronzer brush, I'm buffing her in, making her still pop as much as possible with the same brush, and then going in with the blush brush, tongue twister, going back in with the blush brush, and I'm just trying to make her pop a little more but still be cohesive with the concealer. Now we're about to set under the eyes. And if you guys don't know, I have dry skin. So setting under the eyes, I'm very specific about it. So first, I'm going to buff under my eyes to get all the creases out, make her as smooth as possible. Now, it depends on how fast it creases. I'll try to buff her out and then buff both eyes out and then add the powder. Now, if it's not working like that, then I'll buff, you know, add powder and then go to the other eye, buff, and then add powder. So with the powder, I'll take some and then I'll put it on the back of my hand to smooth and flatten it out, and then just press it under the eyes. Now, I repeat, I do not bake. I cannot bake. I will be out here looking crusty and cakey and dusty. And you guys don't want to see me like that. I can't be seen like that. I can't. So this is my favorite bronzer so far. I love the way she smells. Going in with the Physicians Formula, she's a coffee bronzer, but her technical shade is called Latte. I go in with her to set my bronzer that I already had placed down. She smells so good. Like, she smells so good. So going in with that bronzer, I do place her around the outer corner and the perimeter. I do down my nose, like the sides a little, because, you know, I want to look like I have my nose snatched, but it's not. Guys, when I was showing you this blush, this is the blush in the shade Mauve Mattes, but specifically I'm taking those two light shades, the mauve and the pink, and I mixed those two, but I'm not swirling my brush all over it. So when I'm placing it down, I work from the back and then go forward, because I'm like, if we gonna have a lot of product, it's gonna be on the back of my face because my hair gonna be down, most likely. If it's not, oh well, you know, we still blushing at the side, but we put a little bit of pink on the front, just a little. But someone told me that if you put pink on the front of your cheeks, you're a clown, and I don't agree with that. I don't want to be out here clowning way over, but that's rude. So going back in with the Jeffreestar palette, I'm still taking Sugar Savior. She disappeared a little when I blended in my concealer, so I just wanted to reintroduce that. And I'm telling you, like, she's cute. So this is just a little scene. My oldest sister, she got me a little postage packing paper thing, and she was really like excited to show me it. So I just wanted to like shout out to her because I love her. She She is the oldest out of us 7. Fun fact if you guys didn't know. So I wanted to show you guys, you know, the little gift I got from her. But sorry, back to the video. Going back in with the Hint of Mint collection palette. I'm taking that same shade that we put all over the lid back underneath my eyes to keep that upward shape. And then this is a little scene of me trying to figure out what shade I wanted to pick, because I was like, what pink is matching the hat in the background? I was literally looking from my phone to the background, and I'm like, oh, this pink looks like it's like similar. And I was like, Alicia, why don't you just turn around and compare it? Like, why are you doing that? Girl, I was being lazy. Anyway, so going in with the second shade that I chose, it's called Candy Cathedral. She's like a hot pink shimmery shade, very smooth, pigmented, and she's cute. She's what made me like, you know, made the eyes pop. Now, going in with the Colourpop liner, she's in the shade Ducky. I'm sorry if I'm saying she too much, but if I'm being honest, everything in my room is a she. Everything. So going in with the liner, I did a triangle motion, and then going in with the Colourpop liner in the shade Numero Uno. She's a black shade. I did this, I did line my line thinly. Not line my line. Lined my eye thinly as possible. And doing like the wing motion, like guys, I'm usually so good at doing wings or whatever, like I promise, but it was a little harder to do it with this liner only because she's stiffer. She really is. Now, when I'm lining my eye and whatever, you know, I like to like bring it down and whatever, make it shape like a triangle. I wanted that pink to still pop, and I was just having issues. I had to keep cleaning her up, keep swiping her, keep pinching her, and I feel like I shouldn't have to work harder. I just need to work smarter. So I was like, look, we gonna conceal all of this. Every issue and problem we have, we're concealing it. But the thing about this is that it's so pigmented that it shows underneath the concealer. Like, she's matte, she doesn't budge, so when she's set, she's set. So I was like, okay, so with it being a little riggedy with the concealer, I did decide to smoke her out with the darkest shade from the Elf Mint palette, and I thought it looked nice. It was very light, very romantic, you know. It wasn't like a smoky shadow look. Like, I can do some smoky eyes now, but she wasn't that. She was more like smoky liner. She was softer, you know. And then we're at night, so we didn't have to do nothing too bold. We didn't have to be out there. But smoking her out with the dark brown shade just made the liner look a little softer, and I can definitely clean up some eyeshadow better than I could clean up that liner specifically. Like, that liner, she sets. Now, my favorite liner is a Stila one, but Miss Stila was in the car, and I wasn't about to go all the way to the car just to get a liner. I was like, we have other liners. Going in with the Benefit Roller Lash, she's so good. This is the mini. I have the full one, but once again, I was too lazy to get out. I have the full one, but going in with the mini, she curls lashes really nicely. She coats them, she curls them. I do splurge on this brand specifically for mascaras because they're my favorite. I feel like you can get affordable and whatever, but that high end hit different. Now, going in with my Kiss lashes and my Ardell glue, I coat my lash band, and then I coat above my eye line. What do you call that? I line my lid with the lash glue. It's just so that it could stick thoroughly. Like, I let one set and I let the other set, but this technique started in high school because one wouldn't be dry and the other would, kind of thing. And with both of them, there's no inner corners lifting. Going in with my Revlon, the shade Natural Lip Liner, I line my lips from underneath. I don't want her to be too wide on the ends, like on the outside part. So I line her inwards a little. And then for the tops, I do a heart-shaped motion. Because, I mean, if we're being honest, I think I'm underlining my lips. Nothing like to say like I'm not proud of my lips, but I want like that pouty look, you know? I want pouty and round. I don't want like pouty and wide and proud. Like, I don't want the wide lip look, I want the pouty lip. So doing the heart shape effect, it really helps make it look rounder and pouty, and just what I'm going for. It's like the kiss look. So going in, I do decide to go in with my NYX XXL Undressed liquid lip. When I say I cannot vouch for these liquid lips enough, I've had high-end liquid lips. Some of them just don't stay on the way I need them to. And when I say this girl, she wears so beautifully. So beautifully. I have so many shades. Setting my makeup, I went in with the Ulta Beauty Keep Shining one, and immediately I went in with the Cover Up X one. Now, I can't vouch for Miss Cover Up X because I've only used her twice, but the idea of using both was for the glowy look from the Ulta, and then the Cover Up X was to set it in place for longevity. Now, I will say I didn't have any issues. I just don't know if she's going to do like other stuff to people. Like, I don't know if she's going to make your skin look dry or, you know, not hydrated, or your face feels tight. I didn't get any of that, but that's why I mix. So going in with my Wet n Wild eyeliner pencil, she was a gift, not a choice. But going in with her, she definitely worked. She was creamy. I will say that if you do her for like wings and stuff, she smudges. She really does. She transfers on your lid. So going in with the water liner as it is, she did fine. I would have used my Essence black pencil, but she was in the car also. And so we used the Wet n Wild black, and we're using the Essence nude. Forgot to mention, this is the last item I'm wrapping up the video with.
Hi guys, thank you so much for making it to the end of this video with the final results. And I do want to say for the lips, I did top it off with the Jeffreestar lip gloss in the shade Control Freak. I'll see you guys very soon in the next one. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe. Bye.
I made you a twin, but you the one I see.